Good evening, all, and welcome to another SnowRunner mission. On this one, we're delivering a oil rig drill head from the quarry in Lake Riviere, and we're delivering that to the oil rig platform that's at the dock on the other map, which is Harbour. So we start this one out early morning, and we're once again down in the quarry, which is where the loading bay is to pick this drill head up. I think we just topped up with a bit of we didn't top up with fuel. I think I've got plenty of fuel for this one. Got a few jerry cans on the roof rack, and also we've got a fuel tank on the trailer. The trailer I already had picked up. It was at one of the factories on this map, so didn't need to get a trailer from the other map. Just creeping around slowly in low range. These missions I'm doing now are pretty much the tail end for this for these two maps, or this location, which is Quebec. Once this one is done, I'll have 4 remaining. Using the Azov 6431, I believe. Another one of the go-to trucks. Very versatile. It is a mod truck. One of the biggest advantages with mod trucks is they do have all the upgrades available straight away as soon as you buy them. Not that it makes a great deal of difference usually. You know, I've had this truck for quite a while, so in the standard version, which, you know, had all the upgrades for it anyway, but it is very helpful early on being able to buy a mod truck where you don't have to find a lot of the upgrades. especially when it comes to tyres. Early on you don't have access to either mud tyres or snow tyres, which just makes it very difficult to traverse some of this terrain when you haven't got the correct tyres. Another thing with mod trucks is you do get a slightly greater range of engine swaps, but that's not really any big deal. They're quite good as they are. Another big advantage is the winch. A lot of times the mod trucks have a longer throw on the winches, so you can winch from further away. Which is a good thing, very handy. I just think early on the stock winches is just pretty crazy how short they are, and you get stuck quite often where there are no winch points close to you. Which can get frustrating. At the end of the day, we play these games for enjoyment. I know a lot of people don't agree with the mod trucks, but just depends on, I suppose, how you want to play the game. I think for myself, if it hadn't been for someone telling me about the mod trucks and mod trailers, I may have given up long ago. Whereas now I look forward to the release of every new season and every new year's Game Pass. So we're out above the quarry now. I'm going a little bit of a different way from the last mission. This truck is definitely not a fast truck. I think it does have the Snow Runner transmission, so it's probably quite low geared. especially when you're even in high-low range. It's quite slow. And even now, just in the normal gears, we're already in top gear, so. But then again, it's easy to come to grief if you're going too fast in these types of conditions. So we're back into the inside the warmth of the cab. My trusty mate Kevin there nodding away on the dash. Bit of moral support. So we're heading the same way as we did on the last mission. Most of these missions that are left to do are all pretty much to the same location, all for getting the oil rig platform operational. So at the moment we're making our way around towards the tunnel that connects the two maps. For sections like these where it is relatively basic, where you're just travelling on tarmac, I do quite like the inside view. Just gives a little bit more immersion into the game. From a viewer's perspective though, I suppose the outside view is what most like. Especially with these bigger loads and bigger trailers, they do look pretty cool. I probably didn't need a trailer this big for this mission, but it's kind of killing two birds with one stone, I suppose you would say, by using this trailer to take the load over. I can sell the trailer at the trailer store. Usually at the end of each area, once all the missions and tasks are done, I always like to do a bit of a roundup of all the trailers that are laying here and there. sometimes I leave the small Scout fuel trailers where they are, but any of the bigger trailers I like to clean up and take them all back to the trailer store. I think it's just force of habit, because when you first start this game, one of the easiest ways to get money and credits is to grab a lot of the trailers that are left laying around and selling them, so that you can get the credits, so you can buy better trucks and better upgrades. And early on, and even through most of the levels, there always are a number of trailers situated here and there. Some have a load on them, some don't, so sometimes you can use the load that's on them for a mission and then sell the trailer, so it's a bit of a win-win. Once you've been playing a while, it's probably not as important, because you will have more credits than you're probably ever going to spend in the game, so getting the credits don't become as important. Plus, once you've got a good stable of trucks, you don't really need much else. Often I only buy new trucks because I just want to try something different. I got some new DLC last night, a couple of Mercedes-Benz trucks, so I'm looking forward to giving them a try out and see how they go. One of the good things in this game is when you sell a truck, you get the total amount of what you spent on it, so you can try different trucks, and if they're not what you like, well, then you can just sell them and get all your money back and try something different. Bit of a long haul going from one side of the map to the other. It is a driving game after all, but I know that you definitely find that a lot of the missions require you to drive from one side to the other quite often. Most of all these bridges were non-functional at the start of this area. So a lot of these bridges have had to be repaired with loads of materials and equipment. But that all pays off in situations like now we're getting on in the missions, and all the roads are open and bridges are open, and it makes it a lot easier. Whenever I start new in an area, that's what I always focus on first, is getting everything operational. I think when I first started, it took me probably 2 or more locations before I actually worked out the best way to do things and how to organise loads and priorities. I suppose it's like any game, early days you really don't have much of a clue as to what you have to do exactly. Being able to prioritise your loads so that you can take a load from one location to the other, but then while you're in that location you can pick something up that then has to go from there to another location, so you get a bit of a good flow happening where you're just not driving all over the place empty. Taking the long winding road down to the docks. Once this mission is completed, I'll take this trailer back to the home base, back to the garage where the trailer store is. I'll sell this trailer and buy one that's a bit shorter for the next mission. I think this trailer is a 6 pallet capacity trailer. think the drill head is 5. But like I said, it was one of the reasons I used this trailer was the fact that I was able to bring it from the other map location and then sell it when I was finished. Saves me making a separate trip over just to pick up the trailer. So once again I've decided to reverse this trailer down into its location. Probably because the trailer has to be unloaded with the drill head, and I do have to bring that trailer back out, so by reversing it down it's going to be easier when I leave. At least this one was a lot easier than the last, that's for sure. So that's that mission accomplished, or that stage of the mission. We've still got a couple of loads to pick up, but that's it for this one. Thanks again for joining me, and we hope to see you on the next one. Bye for now.